there, and welcome to From the Stacks Young Adult. So I'm Beth, and I'm here to talk to you about a couple of books from our collection. First one I want to talk about is this one. It's called The Red Palace by June Her. This one is a historical mystery that takes place in 1750s Korea. And I'm going to apologize now because the few names that I'm going to try to pronounce, I'm probably going to butcher. All right, the first line is, "Follow me," physician Nanshin whispered, "and ask no questions." So the main character in this book is Young, and she is a super great character. She's smart. She's just a really, really strong female lead. So she is a young palace nurse who was born to the lowest class of people. And so she's worked very hard to get where she is. And she's very proud of herself. And she's still trying to prove herself. Well, she finds out there's this massacre where 4 women are brutally murdered. And 3 of them are other palace nurses. And her mentor, one of the nurses, is accused of the crime. Well, she knows that her mentor could not have possibly done this. And so she sort of decides to investigate herself because she wants to clear her mentor's name. And so she ends up teaming up with the young inspector, Yojin. And so they together find out all this stuff, and it's a really, really interesting mystery. It's very intricate and well plotted and satisfying mystery. But there's a lot of court politics. There's lots of action and suspense. Quite a bit of Korean culture involved in it, and a little bit of romance, but it was really good. My favorite thing, I think, though, is the characters, especially Young. She's just my favorite kind of character. She's really, really good female lead. So if you like historical fiction or if you like mystery, I would suggest this one. It's a very fun book. Okay, the other one I want to talk about is this one. It's called Aurora Rising by Aime, Kaufman, and Kristoff. So this is the first of a trilogy, and the third one actually was just published a couple of months ago. Here's the third one. There's the second one. We have all 3, and I have waited until now to read them because I don't like to wait for the next book in a trilogy, so I waited till they were all written, and I read them all 3 right in a row. Anyway, I really enjoyed them, and it's a science fiction, it's a very action-packed romp of a space opera. So I'm going to read you the first line of the first book. It's, "I'm gonna miss the draft." So this book has teens as the main character. All 3 books, they're just one right after another. It's not like they're spaced out. It's all one story. And most of the teens are about to graduate from the Aurora Academy, which feeds people into the Aurora Legion, which is a group that groups of 6 people with differing talents together into squads, and then they go around helping people in different situations, and they try to stay out of wars and disputes between planets. So this goes through all of the members of Squad 312, and there are several, and it has differing POVs. So like each chapter is a different person from their point of view. And they're all very different, and they all have very different voices, and you get to know throughout the 3 books, you get to know all of them pretty well. And they're all great. They're all very different, like I said, there's humans, there's aliens, there's even this one that actually has been asleep for a couple hundred years in cryosleep. And so it's really interesting to see how they come together, and because they rub each other the wrong way at the beginning, and they really come together and decide to work together to do what they need to do. So obviously there's something that's happening in the universe that's a big threat, and these teens are uniquely situated to save the world. Anyway, so it was a very fun book. There's lots of action in the whole, because I hardly could put it down because it's like, oh, something else is happening. Lots of action, lots of fun. I liked the characters. I liked their arcs. Most of them have a nice arc. They grow, they learn. Anyway, if you like science fiction, if you like any kind of young adult, if you like action, give this one a try because and they're all written, so you don't need to wait for the next one. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I will see you next time.